The Boss in the Sauce Show.
Boss in the Sauce Show.
Boss in the Sauce Show.
Boss in the Sauce Show. Here we go.
Let's move on to a more interesting one. This one right here is in my radar for third-year coach, and that's right here at the Arkansas Razorbacks. Coach Sam Pittman, third year here, third year coaching overall. His record is 12-11. And his offensive coordinator is Kendall Brights. Defensive coordinator is Barry Odom. In the 2020 season, their record was 9-4, 4-4 in conference. The offense has got about 30 points a game, rushed for 227, and passed for 213. The defense only allowed 22.9 points, 153 yards rushing, and 214 yards passing. Sam Pittman gained some ground in the SEC last year, but he still has a long way to go with losses to Georgia, Ole Miss, Auburn, and Alabama. So if you look at it overall last year, he kind of just hit all his hot spots, but he didn't make too much progress in beating some of those big schools, although some of those were some close games, man. I like the way Arkansas played last year. They left it all out on the field. They relied on, blocking up front and, strong running game and playing defense. So those are kind of things we like at football. But I'm gonna dig into the offense on this one, Big Ragoo. So they're returning 4 on offense. Only one of them is a senior. At quarterback, they're gonna go with last year's KJ Jefferson, who should win the start. But Malik Hornsby, a transfer from USF. What's that? USF is South Florida.
South Florida, yeah. University.
Transfer Malik Hornsby from South Florida. And Cade Fortin will also compete for this job right here. But it looks like Jefferson's going to win it out. So at the running back position, looks like another dual back situation. Dominique Johnson as a side back and Raheem Rocket Sanders as a speed back. This should be a talented duo right here. The power and the speed, I've never seen it not work overall. Like it really gives you a lot of options on the run game. So at the wide receiver, last year's Florida State transfer Warren Thompson will be the solo returner in 2022 with transfers Jaden Hasselwood from Oklahoma and Matt Landers from Toledo. So he hit that portal pool for this one, but I guess it's deemed reasonable because he's more of a rushing guy. So he's left his deeds at rushing intact, and he's reaching out for a little something to help him with the passing game. So I kind of like that. At offensive line, this is a unit which Sam Pittman excels at. 4 experienced returners should be no problem to return last year's 227.8 rushing yards per game. They may even could exceed it this year with the continuity and all that they're doing over there. So they're going to be really strong blocking and running the ball, just as they were in 2021, and the rest is on the defense. Go for the defense, Big Ragoo.
Yeah, well, Odom, they did the same thing on defense with the portal. They went out and they got let's see who they get here. They got Jordan Dominic from Georgia Tech, Landon Jackson from LSU, linebacker Drew Sanders from Bama, and they got another LSU D-backs, which LSU always has great D-backs. So they went out and got Dwight McGothern and Latavius Brinney from Georgia, and then they went all the way into non-conference. They got BYU, this year they got BYU and then Cincinnati. They scheduled on the non-conference game. But Pittman's their biggest issue, I think, on defense was the pass rush. They didn't bring enough pass rush last year, so that's going to be their key to cranking it up, especially with the the Bamas, and then with A&M gonna try to crank up their offense a little bit this year. So Arkansas last year, they got a couple big wins in Texas last year. I think they beat A&M and Texas, if I remember correctly. Those were like the 2 big wins. So Pittman knows how to coach. He knows how to get the offense going. And with Odom and the portal, what they got on the defensive side, I think they crank it up a little bit defensively. So the key for them is going to have to be, their big game is probably going to be A&M later on. And Dab, you can tell you about this later September. And I think we're going to definitely have to crank up the pass rush to kind of move things forward. But I think they got talent. They're a mid-level SEC team. Probably just a step below Arkansas. Just a step below A&M. and they'll compete. You know, they'll probably win like 7 games, 8 games. You know, they'll get in that same range. You know, but to win that West or to win anywhere in the SEC, to get national championship, you gotta win 10 games. You gotta win 10. You gotta win 10, and you gotta beat the key opponent in the SEC West, whether it be A&M or Alabama, and then hopefully do a lot of prayers, man. But yeah, they're they got players. Looks like they did real good in the quarter, and we'll see how they put it together on the field
Yeah, my overall look on this squad right here, I kind of and I'm really heavy on that 3rd and 4th year coaching. What these coaches should be doing as they go along. Reaching into the portal as much as he did, I'm not sure if he's recruiting properly, because in this 3rd year right here, you should have guys that then came in that you personally recruited, red shirt, got stronger, faster, know the system. They should be primed up, ready to go this year. So maybe
they don't have LSU, and they don't have LSU this year or Ole Miss. They said on the road.
Okay.
They got a neutral site game with A&M. That was the thing. But they are going to play Bama like we know they do every year. Then Cincinnati, they'll be a little tougher, but I don't think it's going to be the same team they had last year. And then BYU, they're always nasty, so that's going to be. And then Auburn, they got to play Auburn. So they got tough games. It's the SEC.
They got tough games. But one thing I observed from the outside looking in on the SEC is that out of conference play, those guys are amazing. Even some of we said it a lot of years in our shows that SEC kind of comes down to like the top 4 or 5, and the rest are just mediocre or less. But all these mediocre or less, including Vanderbilt, the smart school, can get out there on these non-conference games and come home with the win. So that's a big help. Starting the season with 3 and 4 good wins, even though the competition is a little bit different. But going into the SEC, you want to have that type of momentum so you can beat some of those key wins you need to get. But speaking of